Jimmy White knowing he's thrown that rack away. He should have been leading 3-0. It's his profile, 17 years as a pro. 6 times the runner-up, never the winner. Part of that Moscone Cup winning team. You might have seen earlier on a replay of the final rack. Jimmy White concluding that affair by beating Lou Butera to take the Moscone Cup for the European team.
Fourth rack, Mike to break.
Haven't played in a brilliant doubles pairing with Hurricane Higgins. Yes, moved to Florida. He was sick of the Carnoustie Gales blowing the bonnet off his head.
I was going to say on that break, Mike has normally got one of the most controlled breaks in the game. Certainly that we see over here. But a very loose break there, losing the white immediately into the centre bag.
So Jim cashing in on the leave of the white in the middle of the table. Should whistle through to 3-1 here.
Yeah, and I wouldn't really think that it almost looks like a bit of nerves coming to Mike Hunter's game, but he's been in these conditions many times before, of course winning the St Andrews Cup in Scotland.
In a field that included Davis.
So I'm sure he will settle down. It's just a case of, Sid mentioned very early on, that it's possibly just a little bit slow to start, Mike Hunter.
Jim stuns 4 inches across, and again stuns the ball, stops it in its tracks to make the 9. Doddle.
Perfectly done. It's Jimmy White who extends the lead. 3 racks to 1.
And
he's leading Mike Hunter now.
Rob McKenna, who's due up later on. Against Steve Knight, 2 Brits. Should be a crack at that. Well, Jim's come a long time since knocking about in a battered old taxi, looking for the action within 50 miles of Bow Bells.
Fifth rack, Jimmy to break, leading 3 racks to 1.
So let's have a look at this break. Jordan says not that much power, actually, in the body movement, but very good development of the balls.
Yeah, good result there from Jimmy. Once again. Yellow ball, yellow 1 already down, so it's the blue 2, and he's got a shot. Is he going to come down enough? Just about. Being left-handed makes the shot an awful lot easier, not even to use the bridge. Just
beautifully weighted, yeah.
Yep, just missing the black 8 ball there, nicely. Jimmy looking pretty much on song. I'm sure that earlier result against Harold Stalker from Germany, who's a good player, a 7-6 victory for Jimmy, has given him a world of confidence.
And what was interesting about doing a deconstruction job on Earl Strickland's language, talking about great, of which he's won, and say using the word great about himself quite openly, certainly reflected in Jim's play. Jimmy is actually relaxing into this because we're both sure that Jim has been working very hard on the break. Can't get some earwigging off the lads if those are not frozen completely. Particularly as Johnny Archer mentioned, the 1 has got to be in contact with the 2 behind it.
4 whacks to 1.
Yet another good break there from Jimmy. I'm sure, as you say, he must have been practicing this. Couple of balls down. Not sure where he can get through. You can see again. Corner ball straight into the bag. Not sure whether he's got a shot onto the 1 here. The orange 5 might be slightly hampering him.
Well, I think Jim actually did have a bit of trouble with his driving license, and when there was no need for a car in the garage, he put a pool table in.
Well, you can see on that shot there, he's using the bridge, and there's a groove in the side of the bridge to make a really high bridge, and he was using that so to try and bend the ball around the 5. Not managing it though, gliding into the orange 5. That's a foul, so that's ball in hand. Anywhere on the table for Mike Hunter.
Well, he's certainly not treating it as an exhibition match. You're right, Davis has worked very hard for this tournament, so has Jimmy White. He's got the look of a guy who swallowed castor oil rather than earn brew. Hunter when he's in action.
Tense concentration on Mike's face. He knows how important this is. Trailing 4x1. Needs to be clearing up from positions like this.
End of the cushion and drawn very nicely.
Yeah, got a little bit more angle than he would have liked on the orange 5 here. The 6 was hampering his positional play on the last shot, so he's having to leave a thinner cut than he would have liked. A couple of choices. He can use a lot of right-hand side and come around off of 2 cushions, maybe even 3 to get onto the green. Or he can use a lot of left-hand side, taking it straight towards. Here he goes. A lot of left-hand side is the option. Just got to avoid the middle bag. Ooh.
And you see, if you load up with lots of side, as my instructor Neil Williamson of Leeds taught me, you always will alter, however minutely, the line of the cue ball.
And Jimmy will certainly be wanting to make Mike pay for that mistake. Very similar to an earlier miss by Jimmy there down the rail.
But he might have fluked. Partial snooker. No. Well, he went for the bank. And very hard shots because they have got to be spot on the bank attempt, the double at this. And Jimmy's not in the mood for ignoring gifts.
That's right, a few mistakes in this rack. Should be over now though.
Right hand side to check the ball there. This for 5-1 and another notable scalp on the way here, possibly.
Nicely down, Jimmy White extends the lead, 5-1 over Mike Hunter. Looking for his second victory here.
7th rack, Jimmy to break, leading 5 racks to 1.
He's getting great results from the break. There's absolutely no doubt about that. That has been the major difference in Jimmy's game here. I'm sure it's going to really take him in good stead throughout this tournament.
Well, look who we've seen today. Seen a Reyes, who's a legend, Buster Manny and Strickland. And Jimmy's break from high money's been the most efficient of the lot today.
Yeah, as Kim was saying in the last match, actually, that the balls are splitting very, very nicely and very easily on these tables. So the real big power hitters are losing that because they don't need all of that power at the moment on these tables. I'm sure if they settled down, if there was a few weeks play on these tournaments, if they were put in a club and played for a while, then that might be very different. But at the moment, they are breaking very easily. So it's all about the control.
Good, using check side to a position on the black. Stunning into the cushion. 4-6-1.
Just 1 rack away from another victory for Jimmy White. 6 racks to 1 he leads over Mike Hunter.
Rack 8, Jimmy to break, leading 6 racks to
Well,
1.
I've seen Jim play very important snooker tournaments with less focused application than this, Jonathan. The lad means it.
That's right, he really does look interested in this. Unfortunately, losing the break a little bit loose on that one. Not as good as his other breaks. not catching the one full in the face, taking a little bit of power out of it, and as a result, nothing going down. Now Mike knows this really is last chance, Lynn. He has to make this for count. He's just not got the measure of these tables. He still should be okay on this 3, but he would have wanted to be higher than that. Of course, not only making the pot more difficult, it makes the position for the pink 4 afterwards more difficult, this as well. Going for the cut. Well, I can only presume from that he actually did play the safety. He was so far away from the pocket. And a good result. Nicely behind off of 2 cushions onto the 3 there. And I think he might have got a snooker back out of it. Mike might be able to just see the left-hand side of the red. I think he can just get through.
Danger of overcutting it though. No.
Get through quite easily there. Sending the red around the table, going for a safety, and I'm sure he's come far enough.
It was a very, very reckless safety attempt with the sparsity of balls down that end.
Oh, he definitely left Jimmy a chance, and Jimmy spurned it. That was the chance for the match there.
Well, this certainly has added a bit of paprika to the pot as Jimmy's form. I honestly thought that Steve Davis was the best Britisher before this World Tournament, but me and Jonathan Gill both agree that got to revise that as Jimmy.
Certainly out of the snooker players, I think you're right there. We've got a couple of pool players, of course, who've got very good chances in this.
One of them coming up next, Steve Knight.
Exactly.
And still modest to say it himself, but one of them sitting 3 feet to my right, Jonathan Gill, in the tournament.
Little cut on the 5 here, orange 5 into the top left. Just not in perfect position, Mike, all throughout this match.
Well, I did use the word clumsy. It's almost as though he thumps the ball rather than stroking it at times. When he gets tense, he tends to club the ball.
Pot's much easier into the centre, but the position's difficult. As you can see, he's only got an option of a bank now. Michaela Tab there just stating that the ball's frozen. It means the ball is touching the cushion, so after the contact is made with the ball, another ball has to hit a cushion. That ball does not count now as hitting a cushion after contact. And you can see the white ball was hitting the cushion, so that was fine.
I don't think he went for that bank. I think that was deliberate safety.
But I'm sure Jimmy's going to have a go at this. Bank it back into the pocket where he's... No? Interesting style of shot from Jimmy there, coming up behind it, trying to put it in the corner pocket, I presume.
See that? Yeah, only one word for that. Clumsy. He has had a very clumsy out in here.
Mike Hunter really struggled throughout this match.
Well, revelation to me. Jim has certainly been putting some hours on the practice table. You've put money at Jim going quite a long way in this tournament, especially with his break. Never been that wrong with his pot in.